Alright guys, so there are two ways for us to do this. One is basically to create let's say a sphere as an example. Then we can place it, let's say somewhere here. Okay, then we can basically start to form some mesh from here with the sculpting. Don't worry, don't follow me, and I'm also not explaining because we're not going to use this method. Basically the idea here is to shape it as the hair. We could subdivide, then we could have more flexibility. Again, do not follow me because we're not using this method today. Okay, and then when we smooth, right, but again, we're not using this. The reason is we don't have a lot of control. Later on, if we wanted to animate this with bones or something like that, or physics or paint weight, so this will be more difficult. More popular way, let's just quickly shift S1 to bring the cursor back to default. Another way is to create a curve, path curve. We're gonna go to 7, click on 7 to see the top view, and then let's see if there's anything we need to fix here. Let's see, I think that looks fine. Maybe we can just get this part a bit closer. Let's see. So yeah, something like that. Okay. Where is our curve? So with the curve selected, we're going to create actually another one. This time circle. Okay, we're going to go again to the top view. We're going to grab this part. Actually, let's select everything, just everything, and then subdivide. You can do this from segments, and then subdivide. Okay, and then we're gonna grab this. We're gonna move it. This also to the center. This same thing. Then again this, and roughly this. We could also SY and then squeeze, but I'd rather do it like this. This way the shape is a bit more organic, right? So yeah, now we're gonna move this and create this kind of wavy shape, so it would look like here. We'll do this again and subdivide again for this. Again, we're just, well, maybe the model is a bit difficult to see now because of the model, so I'm just going to take care of it very soon. Now we have this nice wavy pattern. Let's move this, then we add another one, and simply this one. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Now, why did we do this? F12, and then Delvaria. You can name it whatever you want, but for me this project is Delvaria, so Delvaria here, curves. That's it. We'll move it, select what we just made, a new collection, paste the name we just made, and this is gonna go ref. Why? Because this is actually the reference of the depth that the hair is gonna have. So we have the path curve that we created. We're gonna move it as well. So this is gonna be the Delvaria hair curve 1. Okay, and we'll move it. Then we'll move it same folder. This is that's the eye. Okay, we have a folder for the eye. Not really. Okay, so again F12, Control C, M, new collection, create, then duplicate, move it to the scene, and we just keep it for later on. We'll put it right here. And 2D hair, so we'll grab the curve, which the line curve, we have this, which is the reference. And let's also make some material. Let's also create some lights. So Shift A, then lights. Let's go to light, then area light. Click, rotate it just slightly like this. We're going to unify them to the character anyway. We'll make another one, put it this way. Make another one, put it like this. And then again, select everything, Shift T, then put it to the center. Okay, RZ90, sorry, just those guys, RZ90. Then we have this nice kind of, this is the reference, let's get rid of it for now. Now when we render, click here, change to scene world, and now we have this. It's a bit difficult to work with this because it looks, we gotta work on the skin just a little bit. So Shift, Control Shift to connect it right away to the material output. Then we can work on the skin just a bit. Let's see what we have here. So we'll go with the scale, make it like this, and see where we are. Not what we're looking for, connected to UV. Okay, and with UV, it's fine, but still not exactly what we're looking for. Let's try generated, and then change the scale to, let's go 75, and then in here, move it to something very light. This doesn't relate to skin color in any way, so this makes more sense. Now we move just a bit, and let's see where we are. Okay, it's a bit difficult to see. I'll connect another RAM for you guys to see. So let's try it with this one, just for you guys to see what I'm doing. So that is a color RAM connected not with the principal PSDF, but directly. So Control Shift and then connect it right away. And then I'm playing with the scale. Now you see with the UV, it looks a bit better, but we have the seams. Okay, so we'll keep it with generated. We're gonna bake it anyway, and it's gonna look the same way that it looks like the UV in here. Okay, so don't worry about it too much right now. Let's try something a little higher, 125. We're not there yet. Let's try 225. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's connect what we had. Let's remove this one. Let's also play with the brown color. Bring back the principal PSDF. Low the roughness. So increase actually the roughness to 375. Maybe a little higher. Door. Okay, let's see where we are. Also the neck. We can go to sculpting real quick and see what's going on with the neck here. Maybe the right side. Then we can add here some please. Sorry, it just bothers me, so I have to fix it right now. Otherwise, I'll just move on, and this will keep bothering me. So, just taking care of that real quick, and we're back to the here. Comparing it to the reference real quick. Okay. sorry for that delay. Just compare it to the reference real quick. And there we are. Let's pinch. So there we go. That's a lot better. Maybe we'll move this one to the back a bit more, like this. All right, so we have that. We can push this thing a bit to the back with proportional editing, so OGY, and gently, there we go. And back to the hair. So this is our reference. This is our actually hair that we're gonna align and place it on the head. So before we do that, I wanted to create some material for us to see how the hair is gonna look like. In order for us to do this, we're gonna create a plane, right? Shift A, create a plane, RX90, GZ2, GX, move it on the X, and then in here we're gonna call it F12, hair material 1. Okay, and we'll move it to the, let's keep it right here for now. Let's F12, copy, sorry, paste, and then in here, click here, Control T, move all of that, move this with Alt, click here, color ramp. Let's add some noise texture. Let's also add some map range. Put it right here in the middle, and then connect this, Control Shift, then we can move the scale, let's say to 50, sorry, not 50, let's say 20 is enough, and then with the Z we'll move this to generate it as well. We'll move the Z, let's move this also. Sorry, not the Z, what am I doing? The X, because we want this to fake as this are strands of hair, okay? If we move the Y like this, it straightens everything up. If we move this, this gives us the depth of the strands. So you'll see that when we're playing with the black and the white, you see what happens? This seems like those lines are creating those nice kind of patterns. Now we can play with this with a map range. We can determine roughly how much the hair should the density of the hair. This way with the lacernity or whatever you say this, you can get this nice kind of strands, and when we connect it to the alpha, we'll see what it does. So this is the alpha. When we'll connect it, and when we'll connect the principal PSDF, the alpha channel, which actually treats the black as transparent, is now giving us this effect. We can play with the black to determine, let's get rid of that for now, to determine the opacity of the hair. We can do that as well, and now we can even see some nice kind of strands, but we should also stretch on the Y a little bit more and balance it with the X. Okay, now when we've got this, which looks a bit better, we can even add a color to it. Let's see how. We can pull here, add a U, then the U we can change to something nicer like this, and that is horrible. That is just horrible. Let's see why. Okay. Right. So we should have done this from here. So what we can do is we can think about whatever color we want. Let's say this, and then whatever color we want will be displayed. The black is not a. It serves as the opacity factor for us. Color was the here. Let's look again. See again. Kind of brownish. Let's see if we can get it from here. So taking the drop, and then with this drop this. Okay. Yeah, not exactly, but okay. Let's see if we can get it a bit brighter. Also add your plus, and in here we get a bit brighter. This way we have kind of better variation, whatever. We'll delete this, and let's also get, so this is the texture. Let's click on the curve. Let's save. So if Blender decides to go to sleep, we have everything saved. So Control S. Okay. And now we can officially begin. Let's take that, which is the line that we've created. We also have the curve reference. Click here on the dot. Those are the lights. So M, new, lights. Then we move them to the lights. And in here, we are taking the curve, the path. We have this, which is the reference. We'll take the curve. We'll go to the curve parameter, this green icon thingy. Click here on geometry, click here on the object, click here on the teardrop, click here on the reference. So RY90, RZ90. Let's keep it like this. Actually, let's explain what's happening here. Holy moly, just understood that the keys are not turned on. There you go, guys. This came out a little bit. I'll point an accent. So this is what happened here. We took the curve, this path that we had, and with the path that we had, we took the object, this object of thing that we've created, and we took the curve, and we took the object, and we took the teardrop, and now what happened is it received the geometry from here. Instead of traditionally going to the depth and increasing the size of the curve, we used an object. Which object? This one. We could as well create another curve, traditionally, this kind of path curve. See? Path. Okay, and if I will take this curve, and I'll take that curve here, a new one that I just created, this is what I get. Okay? And basically what this allows me to do is the flexibility to move and do things with the curve that I'm going to show you. So this one we're going to get rid of. Actually not this one we need. This one we don't need. We actually don't need this one as well. Let's actually take this one, scale, put it right here. Then here's the texture, we'll take this, we'll take that. F3, link materials, right click, and here we see that we're on the side. That's what we're looking for. What we're looking for is like this, right? So let's change the parameters. The 6.3 goes to here, This goes to 0.175, let's say. Okay, and now this looks amazing. And if we'll click in here, what the, oh right, the lights. So we'll bring back the lights, we'll take here, we'll see how we can get the lights a bit brighter. Select everything, go to the to here, okay? Click on Alt, then increase the power. Increase the power, take this, let's select the bottom one, Shift S, cursor to selected, then the curve again, right click, set the region to 3D cursor. Now we have this, and we can tilt, and we can rotate. So what we're going to do is very simply RY 180, then RZ90, and S 0.5. We'll put it right here, and we'll scale. Shift S1, GZ, move it right here. We'll get rid of the, where is the reference? The texture thingy for now. The reference is right here. We'll begin with understanding how many strands of hair we need. So the first one we're going to take will be, I think we're going to make a little crown here. So how do we make a crown? Let's first take care of that. So select the bottom one. Actually, I want to have a clean one for us later on. So I'm going to reset the rotation on this guy. Just real quick, we'll put it right here for us. So we'll need to duplicate again. We'll have right here a friend waiting for us. Duplicate RZ90 M, new collection, here, curves 1. Layer, here curves, layer 1. Okay, create. Now rotate, put it right here, scale again, scale, scale. Go to side view, select this, S, Z, Alt, S, sorry. Alt, S, and then 0. Now we have this. We'll put it right here. What do I mean when I say crown? Crown is actually allowing us to fill whatever we want later on with the upper layer. So we'll take all of that, twisting it a little bit, right? This way later on when we'll fill this, we have some idea where we're going. So just following the reference a bit, take this, again subdivide. How do we subdivide? Segments and subdivide, right? Okay, once we've got this, we need to tilt, so Control T to tilt. Then we have this. Great. Great, okay, we can take that and just move it on the Z, on the axis, sorry. This should not be here because this is already part of the banks, right? No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. It is. Okay, so we'll complete the crown, which is basically the layer, the bottom layer. not a bottom, but just the general sculpt, you know. So let's make another one like this. This time we'll make it a bit bigger. So Alt S, we'll move it to here. Let's tilt this guy. We want it to be approximately here. This guy should be here. And then we have another one here. We have another one here. And I think that's it. Just aligning them right now. This is not final. This is just aligning them for soon. Okay. Now let's see what we've got. So we've got this part. Then this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is actually already part of the banks, this one as well. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. This one can be a bit smaller. We can dissolve, increase. Decrease this with Alt S. Then this guy, we'll move it approximately here. Okay, this here. Great, tilt without the bottom, GZ, sorry, just the top, and this guy, GZ, GY, GZ. Rotate, no, we can't. Alt Z. Transparency. Okay, then only this. Alt S, this, Alt S. Same thing here. Alt S, move, Alt S, move, Alt S, move. Here, we're fine. Here, let's move this down. Alt S, move, G, Z. Moving the Z, Alt S. Here as well. Move, move. Okay. Rotate this. This is roughly the middle, so we're going to mirror this very soon. But let's, you know how they say, let's get the first layer first. That doesn't make sense at all, but that is fine. This should be a bit lower than the other guys, since the back of the hair, holy moly, that doesn't look great, isn't it? That doesn't look. Okay, it's not a problem. We're gonna fix it. Very, very nice. Okay, let's see where we are. We'll grab this, Alt S. All right, so to finish this layer, we can do before we'll mirror the whole business is let's scale this down. Let's move it, negate the Z, scale it down, move it like this as well, this as well, and I'm not sure that this is really mandatory. Let's get rid of it for now, or even better, let's scale it down with S, Alt S, dissolve this part, and now we can just put this one down. We have a nice filler. Okay, look like this. Tilt with T and move. Scale down this part. Move down. Okay, great. This thing as well. Great. Okay. Of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. Well, at least for me, this is an NPC, so you guys can put time and effort and make it perfect. But for me, it's gonna do the job. Scale down with Alt S, and then the rest we're gonna fill. Let's see where we are in terms of the middle. As I've explained, it's quite crucial for me that this will be precisely in the middle. The reason is we are going to mirror it. So for this to work, it's advisable to have the hair in the middle. Move this. That. Okay, we can, if it's giving us this issue, we can just move it on the Y, rotate it a bit. Just getting the general silhouette here. Scale down. This can be much smaller. Move it. Tilt the top part. Then let's drag this down. Set it here. Tilt. Move it like this. Tilt. When something is getting too messed up with the curves, you can always go A to control, select everything, and then Alt and T, and it will reset the twist or tilt twist. But ours is just fine, so we'll not do that. All right, that's great. Let's mirror the whole thing. So to do this, the easiest way is to select, let's ensure first the the frame is covered. From here, yes. From here, no. This should be a bit closer to here. Scale it down. Move with G. Select this. Scale it down. Move with G. Same thing. GY. This. Straighten that up. Scale and move. That's it. Great. In here as well. We can grab gently move. No problems. Let's select all of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 for side view. F3. Mirror. With Alt. Everything is selected. Go to the mirror fire. Object E with Alt empty mid, and all of that is in the other side. And it still looks terrible on the texture because it's connected to generated. If it's UV, then it's giving us this nice thing. Maybe the alpha is too much. Let's negate the alpha a bit. Let's go. Okay. Great, okay, even though it's white, still it's fine. Let's see what's going on here. We'll add here something in the middle anyway. This is a very good start. Okay. Alright guys, we are back. This is Dan from PeleousArt. We are back to the second part of here. Last time we've created the this bit here, so that's basically all of that. And this is the layer 1. Where is our reference? This is our reference. This is the curve that we're using to create the hair itself. Maybe we'll duplicate it. We'll cover what's right here in the middle. So we'll pick both of those. We'll actually put the cursor here. And then we'll snap this, scale it 0.5. Now let's tilt, and then scale roughly this much. Let's also drag it to this to the middle. Make sure that it's 0 on the X, and actually flip it so this way. Let's scale that down. Let's Alt S0 and just make sure to drag it till roughly here. Then we can pick that up. We can pick this one and just scale with Alt S. You can see the keys here, right? And we'll drag this on the Y a bit. Till roughly here, that's fine. As well, let's see, maybe we'll decrease this one, scale down this one. This way we can, okay, no, we're not gonna do that. We're actually gonna scale down this. And since this one is reaching almost all the way to the middle, we're just gonna move it like this. Move it a bit. And this guy will blend it like this. There we go. Okay, maybe we'll scale up this part just a bit. Okay, I'll move it on the Z. This one on the Z as well. Okay, let's see where we are. Blender. It's fine, it's going to be covered anyway. The whole area here is going to be covered with another layer, so let's create it. Let's first see how it looks like. We've got this, this, and this. So let's look at the reference. So free to look at the side. We have the reference. We've got the front as well. This is how the front looks like. We have the eyes. We have the character we're working on. Yeah. let's do the second layer. So how are we gonna do this? We're gonna actually take this. Let's see if we can duplicate. We'd rather not, because this is a tutorial and I want you guys to learn. So we'll take this here. We'll duplicate, rotate, scale, rotate again, scale, rotate, scale, and we'll place it roughly in the middle of the model. So with X, we'll move it like this, tilt, and then we are comparing it with a reference. So rotate it, then we'll take this, drag down, with proportional editing selected, we'll put it right here. Okay, then move this one, move it like this, move this one as well, just move like this, and roughly till here. And let's also twist with T, tilt or twist, whatever you want. Move it a bit on the X, move it a bit on the Z, so it's above the first layer, and we're going to move it to the dedicated folder in a moment. But first we want to move this on the Y, and with wireframe we want to ensure that we are closer as we can to the sculpt itself. So going to front, tilting on the we'll move the cursor to here so it will be easier to work. How did I do this? I selected the vertex. You see, you can select with a mouse, then Shift S, and then 2, selected to cursor, and then in here we'll right click and then origin to 3D cursor. And here we're tilting a bit so we are aligned. And when we are aligned, we want to grab this part right here in the bottom and move it just gently, roughly till here. Okay, this is where we are. Okay, so if it happens, if it just get twisted, you can do one of two things: Alt T to reset, or Control T to tilt. But in this case, we're gonna tilt. Twist or tilt again, and we'll take this part. We'll lift it a bit. Okay, we'll move this a bit to the side. But since we're getting farther away, perhaps let's see if we can bend it a bit and get it closer like this. But not too much. This is enough. This is, let's see how close we are. We'll scale down a bit, just a little bit, not too much, and ensure we're closer as we can to the sculpt, so everything is covered. We'll move this a little up again, just making sure. We'll add here subdivide. Another way to do this is to select the other vertex, go to segments, subdivide, click here, move it closer closer to the sculpt. In this case, we'll move again on the Z and on the X. We'll take this, move it a little higher, and we'll push this one so everything is covered roughly till here. Let's compare it with a reference. This is what we are working on. But we'll have another layer, so on top of this layer we'll have another layer, but you will see. So this one is going to be closer to the head, roughly this much. Again, we're lifting, we're twisting, just so whatever is below this guy, this we don't want to see that, so we'll move this a bit down, grabbing GZ. We'll move this down. We'll take this, we'll lift it a bit, this much also on the Z, and we need to think of a nice way to cover this right here. So this is already part of the banks. We'll have another one here, so it will reach roughly, let's move this guy a bit like that. And then we'll have enough space to cover the next one. So how are we going to do this? First, we'll grab those. We'll tilt. This one's already tilted. We'll duplicate. GY. Move roughly. This is already the banks, so we have to use this one. So we'll scale up, move like this, and move closer to cover the back row. This is good enough. Tilt, Control T to tilt. We'll move gently just to ensure where the topology is fine. We can see it in wireframe. This is very dense, so we're going to take care of the segments very soon, but not now. We'll reduce everything at the same time. We're not going to do it one by one. This is roughly what I'm looking for. You see here, general silhouette. Move. Okay, right. But this means that the other one is not going to be covered. We can just dissolve this, and again, so we can dissolve X and then delete the vertices, Alt S 0, and we'll twist again, tilt again, and this is a bit shorter, and that's fine. Okay, this is good enough. Closer. Okay, great. There will be another layer here anyway, so let's just move it this way. Okay, great. Now let's duplicate. Let's first new collection. We'll take hair carve layer 1, then we'll do paste, then place here 2, create. This and this are going to be part of the main hair folder. So new, Delvaria, hair curves, create, and this goes to here. This goes to, this goes to here. We've got layer 1, layer 2 is underneath. This goes to layer 2. Now we have 2 of them. This is where this should be at layer 1. So again, layer 1, layer 2. Essential for me to have it in the group, because then what I can do is I can select everything, select the objects, and then here go to the panel, and if I need to do something for all of them, you can just click Alt and fix it, right? So yeah, we're going to do this, but not now. I just wanted to show you why being organized is important. Bring back layer 1. So we'll go to the side, Shift D to duplicate, GY to move. Again, we will ensure that it's as close as we can, but also with the flow of the hair. So we'll tilt, move on the Z, move this one on the Z. Again, we'll take this, we'll continue the upper layer. We can also see here there is a little bit of, it doesn't stick to the head, but it's fine, it will be covered anyway. Move it on the X also. Just a bit, move it on the X. This one will move like this. We'll lift it a bit on the Z. This much is enough. Okay, don't worry, this is going to be much bigger, right? Look how big the hair is. So we'll build it brick by brick. Just lift it a bit. I really want this part to be covered. And this is the part that we see from the front. So even though it's going to be covered with banks, look what's happening with the reference. Yeah, you see that? See here still, I'm trying to close it as much as I can. And this is, I think, as far as we can go in terms of that. We'll use the other Y for the skies, the other guy for the skies. We'll complete the reference. So again, just moving it to a comfortable position. We'll continue, Shift D, move it across, put it roughly here, and then we are I think we're good. Let's see if we should move this to here. No, let's keep it this way. We'll just move it roughly to here. See where we are. Great. We'll just move this on the Y. Then again, Shift D, GY. Move again on the Y. Okay, we'll move both of them a bit down, so on the Z. We'll twist like this. And then very careful when you're moving only this part. Very, very gently. Just rotate it just a bit. Sorry. Move it on the Y. Then this guy. Move it on the Y. Increase just a bit. Let's check texture. Amazing. Okay. Let's obviously we have to cover that thing here. So duplicate, rotate it. Wait. Let's mirror it on the X. No. Let's move, and then how can we use it the other way around? Is from here. Okay, let's try to move it this way. Okay, so how can we mirror this? We can take this and then select the vertices and then Control M, X, and then it mirrors. Then we can move it like this. We can take that part and place it. Let's place it here. Then we can close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. Okay, we'll take another one, rotate it, place it roughly here. Yeah, and let's also Alt S to scale up. We'll rotate it, place it roughly. See where we are, roughly here, and let's see if we're adding another one. Let's try to add another one first. See where we are. Yeah, we definitely need to add another one. So this goes to the back, right around here. This as well. We'll move it on the Y. This goes to here, roughly to here, here, then Shift D and move, Shift D and move, and now we've got all of this nice little, how do you call it? Tangerine, so called. And then we can rotate it like this. Okay, and we'll grab all of the things at the bottom. We'll just move it across this much and scale down, but not together. We'll do it individually. Okay, this should be right around here. We'll scale down the tip here, scale down, move it, same thing with this guy. So maybe we'll get rid of it for now. Let's see, number 14, Mr. 14. Let's tilt this guy, scale down the top, compare it to the rest of the bunch here. And tilt. Look at the back, for God's sakes. Let's hide this. Here, we'll grab and we'll move a bit. This much is enough. In here as well. Just a bit like this. We'll cover We'll cover this much, then twist, lift this up a bit, lift this up a bit. Let's lift on the Z. Let's move both of them. Actually, let's move this one on the Z. Where is our Mr. 14? Okay, let's use you. Rotate. Take those two parts, move it inside, twist like this, move, twist, okay, move down, there we go, and this should be enough. Oh, let's scale down, scale both of them down, move it down, rotate, scale down, rotate, move up, and that looks like hell. So let's compare it with the rest of the row. This way it's easier. Scale down. Just find a quiet place for you. Right here. Scale down. But do we need to twist? Let's see. Yes, we do. Okay, great. All right, so this is what we have. Let's cover this one as well. Maybe what we can do is, let's see if we have enough. Right, we don't have one here in the middle. What we can do is we can maybe increase the scale on that one. Move this one like this, then in here, and just increase the scale, subdivide here. Okay, there we go. Amazing. But we're missing a lot of volume. We're not in here. In here we're covered, but we need something that goes from here all the way, and we need to take care of the bangs, which is roughly that part here, which needs to go under this part. So we'll lift it and then we'll put it in the back. But in terms of okay, so we did use those to cover, so we're actually going to move them a bit. We'll move. Okay, and according to the reference, we're just moving it according to the reference, like this. Then we'll add another one in a moment. All right, this one don't do it the same way as I did. We'll just move this part. Both, and this no more than that. Let's tilt everything beside the bottom. Okay, now we've gained some depth. Where is the ref? Great. So, okay, what we've got is this, And we need to add something here at the back. I think this is unnecessary, because we're going to cover this. Let's see how we can do this. Let's take this and push it inwards a bit. Okay, maybe a bit more. There we are. Okay, great. And we'll use this for the skies. So we'll increase the scale, move it away, move this thing away as well. So just moving on the G and canceling the Z. And we need to move the pink one inside as well. So we'll twist. And apparently it suffices. Yeah. Okay, let's add the remaining things.